Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan here with your numerology forecast for May 2024. So let's calculate your personal year number for the whole year and then I'll give you your forecast, right? So here's the calculation formula. You're going to add the day and month of your birth date, right? The day and month of your birth date to number 8. The reason it's to number 8 is because 2024 adds up to 8. So we're going to add the day and month of your birth date to number 8. Then the next rule of thumb is to add any double-digit numbers together until you eventually get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number between 1 and 9 is your personal year number for the whole year. So try and remember it, and then you don't have to calculate it every single month. So let me give you an example birth date. Let's use the birth date example of the 28th of March. Okay, so what we do is add the day and month of your birth date to number 8. So 28th of March would be 2 plus 8 plus 3 for March plus 8. 2 and 8 is 10, 10 and 3 is 13, 13 and 8 is 21. Now, remember I said the next step is to keep adding any double-digit numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9. Now, the total that we got for this birth date was 21. Next step, add the double numbers together. 2 plus 1 equals 3. All right, so day and month, add your day and month of your birth date to number 8. Add any double numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 3. I'll give you another example. Let's use the birth date, the 24th of December. So we're going to go 2 plus 4 is 6. And then 6 and 1 is 7. 7 and 2 is 9. And we're going to add that to number 8. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. All right? All right. The instructions for your personal year number calculation formula will also be in the YouTube video description or on my website if you are viewing this recording or video from my website. So the instructions will be on my website page and also in the YouTube description if you're lost and you need extra help. So let's get started with personal year number 1. So this personal year number 1, you guys are in a whole new beginning. And this whole new beginning for you, this whole year is all about a fresh start, okay? A turning a new leaf, a new foundation, a new way of thinking, a new way of living, new opportunities, fresh energy. But for the month of May, you're actually in a 6 month. And that 6 month has a very strong focus for you on family and the relationships in your life, relationships with anybody, not only love relationships or romantic relationships, but relationships with friends, with children, with family members, neighbors, work colleagues, clients, members of the community. Relationships are a very important part of this month. And so therefore, what can happen for some people is relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be looked at, or they become unavoidable in a 6 period of time. Because the 6, and the reason you're in a 6 is because you're a 1 year, but we're looking at the forecast for May. May is a 5. We add the 5 for May, we add it to your number 1 year. So that's why for May you're in a 6 personal month. And the 6 is trying to create better, more harmonious relationships. The 6 will highlight what issues and problems there may be that need to be improved, that need to be worked upon, or even just making it known what the issues are so you know what's going on and you can make decisions. Some people's decisions will be, I cannot work with this any longer, this relationship, whether it's a friend or a neighbor or a client or a partner. And so I actually can't work with this energy anymore or the situation. There's nothing more I can do and may walk away. Then you'll have many other people that will try and they now know what they're working with. They know what needs to be done, to be fixed and improved. So they will take the necessary steps. It's great for communication and for communicating your thoughts and feelings and coming up with a solution or solutions and ways forward, ways that you can give and take. Required forgiveness is often required when there's a number 6 and a number 9. It's about learning to be a selfless, understanding, less judgmental, service-orientated, loving, kind, understanding, harmonious human being. And being there to be the shoulder to cry on. So you may find this month we're often in a position where people need us, where we are able to offer a helping hand, whether it's advice, whether it's something practical, like, would you like me to pick the kids up from school for you if you want to, go to that appointment you need to go to, or just extending ourselves out to others a bit more than we normally would instead of putting ourselves first. This is also a combination of numbers where, there may be more required of us in terms of taking care as a caregiver, family members, elderly parents or grandkids or, somebody at work or whatever, those sorts of things. It's also a number where, it is a good time to do something where you're working on your own self-care. You are becoming aware of what you need for your glass to be full, for you to feel good about yourself, for you to feel that your needs are taken care of, that you have downtime, rest and relaxation, time to go within, spend quality time on your own to feel better about yourself, build your self-confidence. Some people in a 6-month do things like get a makeover or do something to work on their health or their beauty. Number 6 also rules beauty and the female energy. So I will leave that with you, and just know that it can be a really amazing time, especially if you work in a service-based career. It can be an amazing month if you're the kind of person that loves to form stronger bonds with people. It can be a great month for people that are, wanting to deepen those sort of feminine intuition or any of those talents and gifts, psychic arts, that sort of thing. And it's a great time to improve relationships, especially romantic relationships as well. Get closer to your partner. We seem to forget or don't realize that the challenges in relationships are often necessary to help us get to a deeper level of connection. It's not always a really bad thing. It's only a bad thing if it's unresolvable, if it's very negative, if it's very draining and very toxic, obviously. But aside from those sorts of things, sometimes the disagreements or the challenges and some of these hurdles can actually create a much more loving, stronger connection with somebody, because you're on a new wavelength then as a result. So I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 2. You guys are in a year where, there is a lot of inner work going on here. It can be a slow year. It can be a year for some people where they can feel a little bit heavy. They can feel a bit more emotional than normal. You may feel a bit more sensitive than normal, but you can take advantage of that by really advancing and amplifying or expanding upon your intuitive practices, meditation, music, sound healing, breath work, anything sort of healing, studying and learning. Also getting closer to people. The 2 really, really likes to be part of a twosome. It likes to strengthen those heart-to-heart connections. It loves those deep and meaningful belonging sort of community, sort of getting together with groups of friends or one-on-one and just getting into that nitty-gritty closeness. But sometimes the 2 year is going to indicate a need for emotional expansion. So whether that emotional expansion comes from repressed emotions that may be released over time throughout the year, that'll cause you to acknowledge these emotions, accept them, embrace them, and release them and process through them. So it is a year where you can do quite a lot of personal growth, but you can come a really long way from it as a result. You are in a 7 personal month for May, and that is because May is a number 5, and we add the 5 for May to the number 2 year that you're in. 5 and 2 is 7. That's why you're in a 7 personal month. This is definitely a month for you to slow down. You know, it is a month to slow and steady wins the race, to not have to try and be in that mindset of, I've got to take the world by storm, I've got to conquer the world, I've got to make things happen. It's not an action-orientated, proactive sort of energy. It's more of a feminine, receptive, going within and letting things happen on the inside, if you like. Like the way I describe number 7 is, you have much better results in the physical world outside of you the more energy and effort and time you put on the inner side. So, you know, let's say you wanted to attract more money or have more business. Instead of going around, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to drum in more business, trying to get, give me from other people, or from, you know, let everyone know I'm doing this, please come and please give me some business. You know, don't do any of that dumb shit. Stay still, center yourself, ground yourself, connect yourself to source, focus on manifesting that from the inside. Visualize what you want, how you want your business to look, or how you want your life to look. Do the work on the inner instead of running around on the outer. You know, do all that groundwork in energy through visualization, through the heart center, through projecting your energy out into the world with a nothing but a pure intention and a pure vibration of nothing but love and wanting to be of service, of self-belief and self-confidence, that you know that you've got something that can be of service or of benefit to another human being or another place in the world, and beaming that out in light and love. And just knowing it'll come back to you when the right person or the right opportunity exists, instead of getting out there trying to manipulate, control, or being all desperate about stuff. You know, the 7 year really is saying your power lies within. Know yourself. Know what you're capable of. Know what your talents and abilities are. Actually, have more people have numerology readings with me in a 7 year or 7 month than any other time in their chart. So use this time to your advantage. Study, learn and study anything that stimulates your mind. You'll really be able to absorb that knowledge and wisdom a lot easier in a 7 frequency. It is a time to strengthen your connection to source, to become and be more advancing of your spiritual practices. It is a time to focus on health and well-being, mind, body, spirit, spending time in nature, getting back to basics, quiet time alone, in solitude and in silence if possible. And to know it's not about going out there and trying to force things to happen. This is a slow and steady wins the race vibration. You want to let go and let God. Trust that life will send you what is meant for you. And don't be forcing yourself on life. That is a sure way to fail. So this is an amazing combination of numbers, especially if you're on the spiritual path, you do meditation, you like to explore that kind of mind, body, spirit, personal development, spiritual development area, then you can really come along with leaps and bounds in this combination of numbers. So make the most of it and have an amazing month. I'll move on now to personal year number 3. You guys are in a year where, you know, it is about getting out and about more, having a bit more fun, not taking life so seriously, but also being aware that number 3 can attract more unnecessary drama than is necessary. So you want to be aware, am I buying into the drama? Am I dramatizing this? Am I being more dramatic than I need to be? Lighten up, let shit go, just water off a duck's back. Don't trouble until trouble troubles you. Don't, choose your battles, and just let stuff go, because the whole point of the 3 year is to try and for you to learn to be more joyful, more playful, expressing yourself. I'm in a 3 year and I'm singing in this band and it's so much fun, and I just feel like I'm so connected to my high self and my soul. And that's a classic example of making the most of a 3 energy. Having fun, doing what you do, expressing yourself, whether it's art, communication, creativity, creative ideas or projects, working on things, connecting with people, having more laughter and joy in your life. Now, you are in a month of 8. The reason you're in an 8 month this month is because May is a 5 month, and we're adding that 5 month to your year, which is a 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. That's why you're in an 8 personal month for your 3 personal year. Now, the interesting thing about this combination of numbers is both number 3 and number 8 are both very powerful manifestation numbers with the law of attraction. They're both numbers of creation. So what are you going to create this month? Your thoughts are alive. Everything you think and everything you believe creates your reality. What do you want? You've really got to pay special attention to figuring out, is what you want lining up with what you believe is possible? If it's not, you've got work to do. Because whatever you focus your attention on the most, you will attract. So therefore, you've got to train yourself to focus most of your attention on what it is you want in your life rather than what you don't want, because whatever you think about or give your attention to the most, you're getting, you're manifesting, you're attracting, you're creating. So you have to be extra disciplined. But if you have that faith in your heart, if you have that level of belief, if you have that level of trust that the universe has got your back and anything is possible, it is a very magical combination of numbers. So I say, get clear about what you want, give it your attention and be really positive. Good time to, try not to be, to be responsible with that. Don't be irresponsible, especially with finances. Don't overcommit yourself and create stress in your life. You really want to be sensible and practical, but have a high level of self-esteem and a high level of trust and faith and belief. Also a good time to make some business moves, maybe make some changes, expand out. Great time to be looking at expanding business, but you also want to make sure that you budget your finances and don't overcommit yourself. It is also a month where it's important that you understand the intricate details of the manifestation process. So be looking at, your Dr. Joe Dispenzas, your Think and Grow Rich Napoleon Hill, your Abraham Hicks, and all of those law of attraction kind of teachings and wisdom. You've got a whole bunch of people out there, some amazing authors teaching this stuff. It all just depends on which way you want to go. Dr. Joe's more scientific and a little bit more in depth. You've got Abraham Hicks, which I find the videos on YouTube are amazing. They really get the point across in an easy to understand way. But yeah, you resonate, go with what resonates most with you, but make the most of this month. Manifestation and creativity and joy is your key themes for this month, and I wish you the very best. So moving on now to personal year number 4. This is a year where it's all about laying a strong foundation. Now, we are in a 4 universal month this month, so you get a double dose of that 4 energy this month. So therefore, extra effort is required for you to become more organized, more grounded, more disciplined, more centered, more building a really strong, solid foundation around you, within yourself and around your life, doing whatever work needs to be done to achieve that, to be dedicated, committed, persistent, steadfast, having that strong level of fortitude and the ability to overcome all challenges and get the job done. Now, you're in a 9 personal month for May. And we get that 9 personal month because May is a 5, and we add the 5 for May to your 4 year. 5 and 4 is 9. That's why you're in a 9 personal month for May. And that 9 month that you're in is all about endings, out with the old to make way for the new, endings, completion, letting go, moving forward, leaving things behind, outgrowing things, transforming as you move from the chrysalis to the butterfly. So be looking at your own self, any bad habits, any limiting beliefs, any old stagnant drama that you're just still holding on to that really is doing nothing but anchoring you down and lowering your vibration and preventing you from living a better quality of life. Anything that you're unable to move past, anything you're unable to forgive, any drama that you keep playing over and over and over and talking about it and going on and on about it, it's just an anchor that's holding you back from attracting better things. So this is a great time to let shit go. Forgive, to accept, let go, move on. Look at yourself, look at your life. What do you want to leave behind and what do you want to keep? What do you want it to look like? What steps need to be taken? Now, some people, this out with the ultimate way for the new 9 energy can mean the endings of certain things. Some people, it's something minor. It might be the end of a period of time where an end of a course or a project. Something may come to completion that you've finally been chipping away and working on. And then you may have someone else who may have the end of a friendship. It's just come to the end of the road and oh my God. And then you may have someone else that might end up leaving their job or being made redundant or the end of something. And they're like, wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. Or wow, that kind of happened to me. I didn't plan that. There's no way of knowing what's in store for everybody. But you do need to understand where one door closes, it's only so another better door can open. So if you know that there are changes that you need to make, if there are endings that you know you need to enforce, don't stand on the end of the cliff too afraid to jump because you have fear of the unknown. So you stay stuck in limbo because it's better the devil you know. That is disempowering. You're better than that. Remember, you're building a solid foundation underneath you and around you. You're building a better quality of life this year. And this month is going to encourage you to leave behind and walk through that door with courage and with faith and trust that even though you don't know what's on the other side of that door, that life has your back and everything will fall into place. So be brave, be positive, be courageous, and have trust and faith in life. I leave that with you and I wish you a wonderful month, and I move on now to personal year number 5. You're in a year of change. You are in a year where things can speed up a little, that can be a little bit more action-packed with a lot more going on than last year. The 5 year is typically known to be a period of time where there is a lot going on. It's kind of like you have to put extra effort into being grounded, extra effort into keeping yourself sort of stable and calm and centered, so that you can no matter what topsy-turvy energy comes, because the 5 can be kind of like being in the spin cycle of the washing machine sometimes, but that can be a very exciting washing machine spin cycle. Sometimes it can literally be adventurous and exciting and one non-stop adventure after another, and it's like, wow, this is so cool. I feel like I'm riding the wave of excitement. And then other times it can be like kind of shocking and kind of like stuff from left field that you just didn't see coming, kind of random, unexpected things that throw you off center, or, but don't let it destabilize you. Your job this year is to pivot and to roll with the punches, to roll with whatever changes come. And for the month of May, you're actually in a 1 personal month. So there's going to be some new opportunities for you this month. There's going to be some new beginnings. There's going to be some opportunities for you to have a different mindset, a different way of looking at a situation, or maybe brand new situations will present themselves, opportunities, ways of doing things differently. See the world through a fresh pair of eyes this month. Be proactive. It is a month of taking action. The combination of numbers that you're in this month is about moving forward, movement, change, progress, action. Action is required. Moving forward. So look at your life. What do I need to start? What do I want to start? Taking the first steps to putting things in place. Instead of thinking, I really want to do this, but never doing anything. Now is the time to do something. And be courageous and be positive, confident in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in life. It is a time to take control of your life, to get in the driver's seat of your life, to be the one in charge. And it is a time where you may feel you need a change, like I need a fresh start. I literally need a whole new beginning. So some people, this will be in a minor way. There'll be minor feelings of this, whereas other people, it's a lot more dramatic and a lot more obvious and a lot more intense. Sometimes people with this combination of numbers can be you've got to be careful not to be too reckless and throw caution to the wind. So make responsible decisions and have a freaking awesome month. Have some adventure, have some fun. Get out there and network and let the world know who you are. So I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 6. You guys are in a year where there is a strong focus on the relationships in your life, the people who may need you, being a shoulder to cry on, working on the home, domestic responsibilities, gardens, pets, family, children, grandchildren, best friends, neighbors, community, work clients, work colleagues, people in general, and sort of just knowing that even though it's inconvenient sometimes having to be there for others, that the universe will always compensate you for that. It's more about having the right attitude and an open heart, rather than keeping score of that's not fair, I want this for me and I don't want to do it for them. It's like throw all that dumb shit out the window, because that kind of thinking really just lowers your vibration. We're living in a high frequency. You really want to be raising your vibration and just knowing that I'm not keeping score. My heart tells me this is the right thing to do. I'm just going to do it. And I know by doing so, everything else will just work out for me. Everything will fall into place. You can't miss the boat when you're doing the right thing. So for the month of May, you're actually in a 2 month. And that's where both the 2 and the 6, so you're in a 6 year with a 2 month, and both the 6 and the 2 are very strongly centered around self-love and the need for you to not judge yourself, and learning how to be less judgmental of yourself and other people, to be more cooperative, to be more understanding and being able to see things from other people's point of view. To be able to say, look, I don't necessarily agree with why they are the way they are or what's going on here, but I can at least understand why they feel that way, why they think that way. I don't agree with it, they annoy me, or it's an inconvenience to me, but I understand. So these combination numbers are trying to soften your heart, because the more open your heart is, the higher your energy vibration. The more open your heart is, the more grateful you are, the more loving and kind you are, the higher your vibration, the higher your vibration, the more in synchronicity you are with life, with the universe, where all the good stuff is, being in the right place at the right time. And that's nothing compared to how good it actually makes you feel on the inside. You walk around feeling like you are experiencing the oneness in this world, the connection to all others. So it is a combination of numbers where you do need to work on your self-esteem, be kind to yourself, do whatever you need to do for your own self-care, quality time alone, or just pampering yourself or relaxing. A nice, sometimes people like the old, bubble bath or whatever, or just soaking or going for a walk, being in nature, raising your vibration through all of that. Also, this is a month where you may feel more sensitive than you normally would, okay? More emotionally sensitive, so don't feel like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Maybe it's the hormones. It'll be the number 2. The number 2 always accentuates and amplifies the emotions. But the good thing about that is it helps you to get more clear about how you feel about certain things. This is also a great combination of numbers for building and advancing your own intuition, for growing and learning, personal development, spiritual knowledge and wisdom, spiritual development, getting closer with the bonds that you have with other people, one-on-ones with relationships or, friendships, or being a counselor, really building a stronger foundation through a deeper understanding of your connection with other people. So be kind to yourself, be loving, be gentle. Don't force things to happen this month. It is definitely a month to slow down the pace. Don't feel you have to take the world by storm. It's a feminine energy. So feminine energy is receptive. It's non-reactive. It's going within, whereas masculine energy is proactive, action-orientated, going outside of yourself. This is soft and gentle and trusting in the sort of that feminine energy and going within. So I'll leave that with you this month. I hope you have a fantastic month. And I move on now to personal year number 7. This is a year where, slow and steady does win the race. Let go and let God. It is a year of not forcing your agenda, of not pushing life or trying to push life in a direction that you want it to go. It's about let go and let God, and trusting and having faith that life will automatically send you where you need to go. You don't need to control. You don't need to manipulate. You don't need to be desperate. You just raise your vibration, stay in harmony, stay in a centered, grounded, high vibrational, loving, open-hearted space, and know without a doubt that life will lead you where you're meant to be and everything will work out. That's what this energy is. But we often have to peel away all the layers that get us to that realization, that get us to that state of being. So that's why the 7-year can be known as quite a strong personal growth year, where there's work to be done on the inner, to get to know who you are, why you are the way you are, what your limiting beliefs are, what your triggers are, what are your patterns of behavior, what's holding you back from being in that state of grace, that state of trust and faith and high vibration. So for the month of May, you're in a 3-month. And that's because May is a 5, and we add the 5 month for May to your 7-year. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. That's why you're in a 3 personal month. And this is a month to have more fun, to lighten up, to not be so serious, to have laughter, joy, creativity, friendship, music, connection, lightheartedness, fluidity, flowing, just being in a nice state of joy and peace and harmony, going out of your way to laugh, going out of your way to see the world through the eyes of love, the eyes of beauty. Notice how beautiful the color green is in the grass. Notice the colors that are in nature, the flowers. Notice how beautiful the blue is when it's a beautiful blue sky. Notice how beautiful that dark gray, those rain clouds are, and how everything is polarity and everything, there is no good or bad. It all just is what it is. And embrace the gray as well. Embrace the challenges, embrace everything. But see the joy in life. See the glass half full. Be optimistic. Be positive. That's what number 3 is. It's also encouraging you to be a bit more social, to connect with people a bit more, to be more creative. So there can be anything. It might be writing, it might be cooking, it might be getting in the garden, it might be coming up with an idea for a project or a workshop or a website or a business. Creative thinking, creative ideas, creative artistic expression, music, laughter, talking, speaking, all these things all fall under the umbrella of 3. And, just make sure, because the 3 energy can be quite fragmented and it can be quite chaotic. I mean, when I say chaotic, I just mean there can be a lot going on. So try not to get too sidetracked or distracted and not completing what needs to be done or being led down the garden path. It can also be a number that can create more drama. So therefore, learn to choose your battles wisely. Learn to not get caught up in the dramatics or overreacting or pessimistic mindset. Just be fluid and light and be always in that mindset of, I'm not going to make this more of an issue than it needs to be. Don't trouble until trouble troubles you. So I'll leave that with you, and I move on now to personal year number 8. You guys are in a year that is always going to be in harmony with the universal year number. So you're in an 8 personal year, and we're in an 8 universal year, and you're in a 4 personal month, and this is in a 4 universal month. So that combination of numbers that you are in for May, the 8 and the 4, work very well together. They're from the same family after all. 4 plus 4 is 8. Both the 8 and the 4 are the same sort of energy. Very, very similar. This combination of numbers is really going to give you a head start in being able to achieve goals. All right, so this is a proactive, get out there, make things happen energy. It's saying to be positive, to have the right attitude, to be persistent, consistent, dedicated, committed, driven, focused, practical. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Take care of the finer details behind the scenes and use one step at a time to achieve a goal. It's a process. And this month will really give you the ability to be more focused and to be able to do what needs to be done to achieve the goals that you have. So the first thing I recommend you do is get clear about what your goals are. First step for you is to clarify what you want. Now, if you don't know exactly what you want, that's okay. One of the ways you can find out what you want without knowing is by getting clear about what you don't want. So have a look at yourself and your life and what you're not happy with, and that's the starting point. Let's say you weren't happy with a certain relationship. You might say, well, I'm not happy about this relationship. So therefore, you would know one of the goals that you have is to have a better relationship with, let's say you're not happy with the relationship with one of your children. My goal is to have an improved relationship with my child. That's the goal. And you've discovered what the goal is by knowing what you don't want. So you just flip it over. And when you're doing that, it helps you to get clear. So your first step is to get clear about what your goals are. And then your next step is to figure out what steps need to be taken to be able to achieve that goal. Doing what needs to be done to achieve the goal. And then being proactive enough to get off your ass and go do those things. It is definitely a combination of numbers where you can have some good results if you have the right mindset. So it's vital that you are optimistic. It's vital that you see the glass half full. It's vital that you have a can-do attitude. The more pessimistic and cynical and negative and lazy you are, it's really not a good number for that kind of energy because, you know, that kind of energy, there are lessons to be learned in this combination of numbers for that kind of thing. So get out there, take the world by storm, make things happen, be proactive and be positive because you're going to really see some great results by the end of this month if you have that attitude. And I leave that with you and I move on now and I wish you have a perfect month where everything goes your way. And I move on now to personal year number 9. And you guys are in a year where it's out with the old to make way for the new. This is the final year in a 9-year block of time that you're in. And so there can be a lot going on in a 9-year. What I mean by that is some big things can really happen. And some of those big things can be really good things. This can be a year where things you've been chipping away at or working at behind the scenes can start to pay off. You can start to see things gaining momentum. It can be thought of as the payoff year, where you start to see evidence where things might start to come to fruition. So it's also a time where you are having a massive transformation, where you're moving from one state of being to another. And so what it will do is it will highlight things within your own personality and circumstances or people or situations in your everyday life that are holding you back or that you've grown out of or that you're not really needing to take with you into the next 9 years that enter your life next year. So it's a process of elimination through experience. As you go through this year, you'll start to figure these things out for themselves. But for the month of May, you're actually in a 5 personal month, and that is a month of change. Progress, movement, and change. So this can be quite a fast-paced moving month for you. You really need to learn to pivot, because anything can happen, and it usually does in a 5 energy. And I love that. I think the 5 energy is so exciting and dynamic. If you've got any adventures that you can take yourself on, even if that adventure is just eating some different types of foods, or going to a different part of town you've never been to, or going on a road trip, or doing something random. But the 5 is trying to encourage us to shake things up and sort of do some things we normally wouldn't do, take a chance, go out of our comfort zone, step out of our comfort zone, shake things up a bit, and also to be a mover and a shaker. Get out there, tell the world who you are, make yourself known, get out there, rub shoulders with people, be more social, have a bit more, be exploring a bit more, experiencing more of life. If there's any changes that need to be made, you really do need to be proactive in making those changes. Those changes may be in any area of your life. Some people that have changes that need to be made but are procrastinating, then the universe may force those changes upon you. So it's better, rather than be taken by surprise on the back foot, to be proactive and take action that needs to be taken, and have the courage to take action, rather than having it go pear-shaped because you kind of missed the boat and you were too afraid or too lazy, and then boom, it's piled on top of you in a way that's not so pleasant. So at least when you're being proactive, you're in control and you're in charge, and that's what's preferable with these things sometimes. Now, the 5 month can also be a little bit distracting, and it can be it's like being fragmented, right? Having your finger in a lot of different pies. There's going to be a lot going on. So extra effort required to be focused, to write things down in case you forget them, to be extra so that you don't get distracted and not finish things. You may be sort of sidetracked, and you might be in the middle of something important, and there's something out of left field happens and you're taken in another direction, but you never completed the important thing that you just got to make sure that you monitor yourself, that you write things down in case you forget, that you have a schedule of importance. You might have a list of things that need to be done, and you just tick them off that list. Do things that need to be done to keep yourself grounded, focused, and stable. All right, and have as much fun as you can. I wish you a fantastic month, and I'll be back in June for your forecast for June. Take care, everybody. Bye.